Winter is almost here. Hashtag life after Game of Thrones for the star of this film, Emilia Clarke. We're going to talk about her performance. Is this your stereotypical holiday film, or maybe this year's surprise comedy hit of 2019? We're going to talk about that and much more. Last Christmas, directed by Paul Feig, stars Emilia Clarke, Henry Golding, Michelle Yeoh, and Emma Thompson. A young woman named Kate, who has been continuously unlucky, accepts a job as a department store elf during the Christmas holidays. When Kate meets Tom on the job, her life takes an unexpected turn. Hey everybody, Elliot here today to share with you all my review for my early screening of the film Last Christmas. Now definitely consider subscribing to our channel if you haven't already. Last time I checked, we're about 10 subscribers away from hitting that 800 mark, so definitely help us get over that hump. And when you subscribe to our channel, make sure you hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date with our videos. If and when you see Last Christmas, I want to know what you thought of the movie. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let's have some fun dialogue there. So, walking into this film, this was a holiday film. I kind of expected that from the trailer. A lot of things that played out in the trailer kind of played out in the film, but we'll get into that a little bit later. But let's start off with this cast here, my positive portion of this review. As I had mentioned, hashtag life after Game of Thrones for Emilia Clarke. She's made some very interesting career choices in the film world. When she was in Game of Thrones, like I'm thinking of Terminator Genesis, I'm thinking of that one romantic comedy or romantic film, drama film that she was in that wasn't that great. So she's had some interesting steps there. So this is her first film post Game of Thrones, and out of all the films I've seen her in, including, Solo and all that, and I liked her performance in Solo, this is the one film that I can say that she was able to inject some of her personality into her character. And that's always kind of cool to see, because I follow Emilia Clarke on social media and see her in different interviews, and she seems to have such a joyful personality, just a happy-go-lucky person, and she was able to inject that in this role as Kate. Now, as I had mentioned, Kate's kind of going through a rough patch in her life right now, coming off of a pretty significant incident that she had with her character a year prior to this story taking place, and her being kind of in a bad spot in her life. But as the film goes on, and as even when she's having those bad moments, she's still bringing some joy to the screen. That really got and plays into the charisma and the charm that Emilia Clarke has. It's nice to see an actress being able to bring in some of their personality into the role. And I really enjoyed Kate's character. At times, she was not the funniest character, and some of the choices she was making wasn't that great. But by the end of the film, you really become, at least I did, I became kind of like, oh, okay, I like this character. And again, I love Emilia Clarke, so it was always cool seeing her on the big screen. So her co-star Henry Golding, who in the last year has really blown up on a scene with his breakout performance in Crazy Rich Asians, and even last year director Paul Feig directed him in A Simple Favor, seeing him kind of play polar opposite of what we were used to seeing him as, this charming good guy in films. And that's definitely that role in this movie, him as Tom, as this kind of Good Samaritan, helping out the homeless, coming, giving Kate good advice, being there to have a shoulder to lean on, stuff like that. So I really enjoyed their chemistry on the screen. And he, again, this guy with the English accent, and most of these actors with English accents always seems to have this charisma and charm to him, and Henry Golding isn't short of that in this film, where he brings a lot of charisma to this role. And again, I like their chemistry on screen. Another actress who was in Crazy Rich Asians is in this movie, Michelle Yeoh. I can't think of a performance of hers that I haven't enjoyed. In this movie, it's a little bit different from her. She's playing a little bit more edgier character. She has some really good lines. She has this kind of love interest in the film, and that banter they have is pretty funny, and I really liked her character, because she was kind of the no nonsense boss, but at the same time she really enjoys Kate's character and trying to help Kate get out of this rut. And I really like their back and forth and their banter. And as I had mentioned, this film also stars Emma Thompson, who is a phenomenal actress. She actually co-wrote this movie with her husband, and it was really interesting how they came up with the story. It's based off of the song Wham, Last Christmas, and also kind of basing George Michael's life, how he was into helping people that are homeless and different things around the world and certain topics, and they were able to inject that, and that's what they based the movie on, which is pretty interesting to think of itself. But Emma Thompson in this role as Kate's mom, she is, wants the best for her daughter. She wants her to be healthy. She wants her to eat right and do all that good stuff, and she has some pretty good lines in this movie, which comes as expected. When you're writing your own movie, you can put in a couple good jokes there, and I thought that Emma Thompson character is pretty funny. So, at the end of the day, and I'll jump into my criticisms here in a little bit, but It's your stereotypical holiday film. This time of the year, you kind of, that's what I knew walking to this film, what I was going to get. And it surprised me in some moments, but, you know, kind of jumping into the criticisms, you've seen this film a million times, especially if you have seen the trailer. There's a particular thread that's in the trailer that kind of played out the way I expected, with a little bit of twist there, but again, if my major criticism of this film was, with this being a directed film by Paul Feig, I was hoping for something a little bit different. Again, when you think of Paul Feig's filmography, you think of Bridesmaids, Heat, The Spy, A Simple Favor. He has a lot of flavor to his films, and this film didn't really have that touch or a texture there. There was nothing too special about the direction of this film. It was just kind of standard, which isn't a bad thing, but I was just hoping for something a little bit different. It kind of played out. It was very predictable. The dialogue wasn't all that great. The jokes didn't really, I laughed maybe a handful of times. Yes, it was a feel-good story, but again, it was just, you've seen the story a million and one times. So that's really my major criticism of the film is there's really nothing special to it. And a lot of the flavor and the flair I was looking for out of a Paul Feig film, I didn't really get with this movie. So overall thoughts here, again, you've seen this movie a lot of times before, nothing really special. If you've seen Hallmark holiday movies, you've seen your Lifetime movies or Netflix holiday films, this is kind of fall in that bunch with a little bit of flair there with, again, I like the performance by Emilia Clarke and Henry Golding and Emma Thompson and Michelle Yeoh. So with that being said, I'm going to go on a little bit of a positive score here. Not as bad as I made it out to be, but I'll give it a 2.9 out of 5. It's not terrible. It's not great. I don't necessarily think you have to rush out to the theater to see it. It comes out this Friday, I believe November 8th. Again, this might be a film that you can watch at home with your family and friends and really enjoy it, but I don't think it's nothing necessarily you have to run out to the theaters for, unless you're a big Christmas fan and you support Christmas 365 days out of the year, and this is like your Avengers Endgame, and you want to see a Christmas movie and a film that might make you feel good by its heart and story of this film. So that's just my thoughts. You might love this film. But if and when you see the movie, again, let me know in the comments what you all thought of Last Christmas. So there you have it. That's my thoughts on the movie. Like and share this video. Subscribe to our channel. Again, we're so close to 800. Help us get over to that 800 mark, and we really appreciate that. Check out all of our content that we have on our channel now. A ton of TV reviews. Most recently, I reviewed Season 2 of The End of the Effing World and reviewed all the stuff on Apple Plus. And we have some more content coming from TV here, as well as more movie reviews coming on the pipeline pretty soon. So thank you all for watching this review, and we'll see you in the next video.